Hi, this is Mark from LongIslandWatch.com, and today we're going to be flying on a budget. We're going to be looking at pilot's watches that won't break the bank. All the ones you see in front of you are under $200. I've got some automatics, some quartz from a variety of manufacturers. We'll look at each one in a quick detail, bring them up in front of the camera, show them around, show you the pluses and maybe if there are any minuses to each one. And then you can decide if you need to add a budget pilot to your collection. A brand like Laco makes pilot watches that are around $330 for a Miyota-based movement, and they go upwards to $1,000 to $2,000. And obviously, the other brands, like IWC, tend to go more towards the few $1,000 range. So the watches here I'm going to show you, maybe they lack historical significance in regards to Flieger watches. But they have the look, and they certainly have the guts, and the price makes them very affordable. So I'm going to start with an Orient, which is probably the most unlikely contender, of the bunch, because Orient doesn't make pilot's watches. This is probably the only one they make. They make all other they make dress watches, they make sport watches, of course they make extremely popular dive watches. But years ago, I was talking to some people from Orient, and I said to them, you guys should really make a pilot's watch. Now, this watch came out about a year or two after that conversation, so whether I had any bearing on it, I don't know. But they really did a great job. They obviously did their research, and they created an excellent watch. So this is a 42 millimeter watch. That's from the case diameter from here to here. It's 11 millimeters thick. It's got a flat mineral crystal. And then from tip to tip, which is your dimension from here to here, is 48 millimeters. They make it in a variety of different dial colors: cream, black, green, this blue, which is awesome. It's like a sunburst blue, but it's very, very deep in color. It's got a screw-down crown, and it's 100 meters water resistant. Generally, pilot's watches don't need a lot of water resistance for obvious reasons. If you're a pilot and you're in the water, you've got bigger issues than your watch not working. But it's 100 meters, and it has a screw-down crown, which I think is just a cool feature to have. Standard, two-pull click to change the date and the time. Solid screw-down case back, but it is an automatic, so this will wind with the movement of your wrist. No battery needed. This and I believe one other I'm going to show you are automatics. The rest of them are going to be quartz, which makes it, one of the outliers of the bunch. Obviously, it's not made in Germany. This is it's a Japanese company. These watches, though, are not manufactured in Japan. They're manufactured elsewhere in Asia. But for being an automatic, for having the good looks, in-house movement, all at well under $200, this one is a home run. They put it on this nylon strap with the leather embossed at the holes. Just a great looking piece. Now I'll move on to Techni. And Techni makes watches. They're manufactured in Asia, but they actually are designed in Switzerland. The company resides in Switzerland. This is the Merlin reference number 246 and or 249. They're synonymous. And they even tell you on the case back there, see, designed in Switzerland, Japan movement. So they're not hiding anything. It's water resistant to 5 atmospheres. It's just a nice looking quartz watch, offset seconds at the bottom there. Very clean dial. An aviator or pilot's watch generally have a clean dial. Nothing really too obscure telling the time. It should just be easy to tell the time, and that's about it. In the case of like the Orient I showed you, it's got this navigator style dial where the minutes are prominent and the hours are secondary. This is more of an A style where the hours are prominent. I like what they did with the hour hand. It's a nice shape. Push-pull crown. They put it on a brown leather strap. There's a couple of strap options. I like how they sign the buckle as well. It's just a nice little touch. And this is going to be one of the least expensive of the bunch, I believe under $150. So this is also one of the smallest of the bunch. It's going to be 39 millimeters tip to tip, around 11 millimeters thick, including that slight dome of the mineral crystal. and around 46.5 millimeters from tip to tip on the case. So a smaller watch, you know, for guys that are looking for a watch that is not going to be a tremendous clunker. So moving on, now I'm going to move to the first made in Germany watch, and it proudly says it right at the bottom of the dial. This is an Aristo. Aristo manufactures, the parent company Volmer manufactures wristwatches under the Volmer name, which we sell. Messerschmitt, which I'll show you in a minute, for Volmer bracelets, which we sell on the website. So this is obviously another quartz-based watch. You can tell by the ticking of the seconds hand. This is a B-style Flieger watch. It's got a date, which, you know, I guess most of them have dates in this mix-up, but most, you know, in general, for a historically significant one, it won't have a date, because again, it's supposed to be as clean as possible. Stainless steel case. This one's going to be 42.5 millimeters in diameter, 9.5 thick, and around 48.5 from tip to tip. Screw down case back, 5 atmospheres, water resistant. Again, made in Germany. Very proud of the fact. You know, just, you know, to get it made in Germany and keep it affordable is difficult, obviously, because of the, you know, the labor costs. This is model 3H80. The other two, I already showed you. The Orient was model ER2A008D. As I was saying, you know, the things that go into a watch cost, you know, to the consumer are going to be, you know, labor and material. So in this case, it's the labor is to get it made in Germany. The labor is going to be more expensive. So it is very difficult for them to make a watch. You know, you want to make it automatic and made in Germany. You know, that's almost a forget it. You're never going to get it under $200. Then you're getting into, you know, the Lacos and the IWCs of the world. But you know, this is a quality quartz movement. You know, in a nice case. Made in Germany, qualifies for the Made in Germany symbol. Under $200. Going to move on now to a watch that looks very similar. I'll do them side by side first, and I'll take away the Aristo, and now I'm going to stick to the Aromatic. So very similar looking watch. It's got an onion style crown, push pull. Now this is an automatic, but now we're not made in Germany. We're going to be made in Asia. So the costs here are kept down through manufacturing the watch in Asia. It's going to have a see-through case back, water resistant to 5 atmospheres again. But so now here you've gone to the automatic, you know, so you can wind it. You can hear it winding. It's going to hack. And so again, to go a watch like this, like the first Orient I showed you, you'll wind it for a little bit, you'll set the time and date, put it on your wrist, and if you wear it every day, you'll never worry about it again. But this is, again, another very affordable entry into the pilot's watch market. And they even signed the buckle. You know, they make this watch in, so this is, I should say, this is 40 millimeters from here to here, 12.5 thick, and 47 tip to tip. They do also make this in a larger 45 or 46 millimeter version. This is model A1143, and the other one, the larger one, is A1346. Aromatic makes a multitude of watches, some dress, and a lot of aviation-inspired watches. So there's a whole slew of them to choose from. All very affordable. You know, again, almost all of them are under $200. And then the last one of the bunch is another made in Germany, but it seems it's the only A-dial one that we're going to have here today. This is a Messerschmitt. Again, an A-dial pilot's watch, and A-dial is just hours. It's really just meant for telling time, and it's not a navigator's watch. This is an ME209, and the likeness of the aircraft is on the dial. And we have made in Germany once again. So this watch is made in Germany. It's made by the same company that makes Aristo. So they're making it in Germany, and they're keeping it under $200. They put the nice logo, they stamp it on the case back, the screw down case back, push pull crown, they put it on a brown leather strap with contrast stitching, and a sandblasted case. So it's just another entry, you know, into the affordable pilot's watch market, because getting into the pilot's watches can get extremely costly. As I said, if you want something that's really historically significant and accurate, it's going to start at around $1,000, $800 or so for, like I said, that's $800 for, like, say, a Loco Paderborn, which is a B dial. You know, I say replica. Replica sometimes means fake to people, but no, they are replicas of the watches that were made 70 years ago. And Loco is a company that actually made them, for the German war machine back in World War II. And there is a video up on YouTube about an overview of Loco, and you can see a multitude of the watches that they produce currently. Anyway, though, this video is about the affordable pilot's watches that we carry at Island Watch. Okay, so what I'd like to do next is show you how each one glows at night. I'll turn off the lights, I'll bring up each one, and we can look at them one by one, and you can see what kind of lume job they've got. So first up is going to be the Messerschmitt. Glows very well, easy to read. Next, the aromatic. Again, ditto. A good lume job, you can read it pretty well. The Techni. And the Techni, now they've loomed the actual second hand as well at the bottom, but the rest of it, it's not that great. They could have, they probably could have done a better job on it. But sometimes affordability has its price. Orient, of course, does a great job, no question about it. Glows great. And then since the Messerschmitt glowed so well, we would expect the Aristo to glow well as well. And it sure does. So I'll flip the lights back on. So again, this video has been about affordable Flieger pilot watches. I've showed you 5 of them here. There are probably another 2 to 3 dozen on our website that you could look at. You could just go to shop by type and hit pilot's watch and you can filter them out that way. I will put a link to everything that I've showed you down below in the description. So please like this video if you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to our channel if you have not done so yet. If you have any questions or comments, please put them down below and I'll be sure to address them as soon as I can. Thank you very much.